Next guest, introduced to many of us as Bailey Salinger on the Golden Globe winning family drama Party of Five. Remember those days?
Yes.
Remember those days?
Who
He's
doesn't?
now a doctor.
Yes.
He's moved on up on NBC's The Night Shift. Scott Wolf is back with us.
Welcome,
Doctor.
Scott Wolf. Dr.
Good to have
Scott,
you.
doctor.
Thank you for having me back.
You actually come from a family that has ties to the medical.
Kind of, yeah. My grandfather, my mom's father was an anesthesiologist in Massachusetts. My mom was a substance abuse counselor and a therapist, and my dad's in the nursing home business. So,
Did you ever consider it?
not really. No,
Okay.
not really. Medicine.
Why lie about something like that?
I was called, yeah. I mean, I was called by, law was something that I was kind of interested in, but broadcast and then eventually acting called. So my family of doctors was so proud to have an actor.
Yeah, but now you're playing a doctor, so you can say you're a doctor. You play
That's right. I'm
doctor
not
on
a
TV.
doctor, but I play one on
One on
TV.
TV, yeah. Now your storyline this year is you're very heartbroken.
Yeah, when
Something the doctor can't fix.
Yeah, you can't fix it.
Can't repair a broken heart.
What's going on with that? What happened?
So as season 1 came to an end, there was this love triangle between my character and TC and Jordan, these other two characters, that seemed kind of destined for one another. So the writing was kind of on the wall that I'd maybe wind up as the odd man out of the triangle. And so when this season picked up, I was on the outside of it. But what I love is they've told a story about a guy who's like chosen to be a grown-up about it, and he's stuck around. He wanted to honor his commitment as a physician in this place. So he's now, still there, still an amazing doctor and part of the team, but working alongside his ex.
So he took
that
the
must be
high
hard,
road.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh,
he could have taken
We
his
wanted to
ball
see
and
him
go-
throw things, get upset,
Yes.
stomp his feet, and hold his
Throw a
breath.
scalpel or two.
Do we see that in the scene we're about to see? Or
We
is
see
it
him
more?
actually holding back your feelings,
Oh,
I think, in this
okay.
case.
Yes.
Right? Look at
Yes.
this. All
Let's take
buttoned
a
up.
look.
Let's take a look.
Left a message to call, but there's also no record of Chloe's fiance ever being at Ramstein. Never heard of him.
Well, maybe the guy wanted out, so he just lied. Wouldn't be the first time someone got scared off by a baby or lied about ending a relationship.
My gut tells me that's not the case. Why don't you try calling Port Hood and see if he was deployed to the Middle East?
You know right where you're headed.
Thank you. Hey, Scott, do we need to talk? Because I feel like you're taking these not-so-subtle jabs at me.
No, not at all. I was talking about Chloe and her situation, not ours. Look, was I at first? Yes, I was. Was I hurt? Yeah. But trust me, I am more than fine with how everything's worked out, okay?
Okay,
I'll go page OB for you.
thank you.
Wow.
A little
Okay.
passive-aggressive,
Yeah,
maybe.
A little bit?
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit?
But has that ever happened to you, like in real life, where you dated someone and then had to work with them?
So it's funny, when this storyline happened, I was asked that a few times, and I kept on answering no, and then I remembered that it actually had happened to me when I was
You were
making
blocking.
Party of
You were
Five. I was
get
blocking.
it.
Yeah.
When I was on Party of Five, I dated another cast member on the
was
show.
it?
Not one of the family
Yeah.
members, because
Okay.
that would have been probably weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we broke up, and we continued shooting together. She's in that picture. That's your hint.
She's, all right, what-
Where?
And it wasn't Lacey, because that's
Okay,
she was 11.
Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, it's an awkward situation, and I feel like in this particular story, the guy chooses to be a man about it and a gentleman about it, and so yeah, he gets a little passive aggressive here and there.
Sure.
But
Got to come out somewhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's hiding it.
yes, but it makes for an interesting story. The two of
Yeah.
them still.
Well, it's
missing.
going to get far more
Yeah,
interesting.
the
now.
arc, and then we'll see what happens for next season premiere.
Yes, well,
For the
no,
next
we're still
year.
in the middle
Yeah.
of season 2,
Yeah.
and
Well, I'm
there's-
talking being
Yes,
optimistic. Yeah.
for season 3.
3, yeah.
I
She
like the
believes
way
in
you're talking.
Thank you.
Love. Okay, so anyway, no, but now your character's got something else coming up.
Yeah,
it's
there's
pretty
some-
tragic. It's going to divert his attention from.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a story, and we just got done filming it. It'll be on in a couple of weeks, where my character, winds up in the middle of a horrible situation. He's involved in a car crash, and he's hit a kid, basically, and there's a devastating injury, and I don't want to give away exactly what happens, but this guy who's pretty much in control of this, the surgical world at the hospital, and his professional life winds up at the mercy of this horrible thing that's happened to him. And I could spoil it for you, but the truth is I don't know exactly
Yeah,
what happens to him.
Sure.
But to watch the rest of the team kind of gather around him through the course of this story, but it's it's one of the things I'm really proud of the episode, and I hate to see my character in such turmoil,
Sure.
but it's a really cool episode.
You, how old is the kid? Is it like a little
He's
child?
a teenager.
He's a teenager.
Yeah, he was driving the car, but I've come through a stop sign.
Yeah.
I was distracted by something that remains unclear. There's some suspicion. Was I using something? Was I drinking something? And
Texting.
texting potentially. These are all, yeah.
Your kids, you have 3, right?
I've got 3
What
kids.
are their ages?
They are just turned 6, 2.5, and 11 months. So my daughter
I don't
Lucy's
see any
about
bags
to
under
be.
the eyes.
They're under
No,
there.
they're-
Your
are they
people
there?
here help me with that. Yeah, I do have evidence of 3.
Have they figured out who Daddy is yet? And are you ready to introduce them to?
Yeah, you know, it's fun. It's one of those things, right? Being we haven't sat them down and showed them necessarily anything that I've been on, but they kind of know. My oldest is the most aware of it, and
Well, don't people come up to you on the street and say, hey,
Yes.
can I have an autograph? Can I take a picture?
I've had that happen where I got stopped, and he said, "Well, who was that?" And I said, "Well, he just watches one of Daddy's shows." And it happened a couple times. And one day he was like, "Man, Daddy, these people really like your shows." But he was driving with a friend of ours recently, and so he sees we have this. When we were on Party of 5, that photo you just showed, we had won a Golden Globe. For best drama, and so it's in our family room, and he has seen it and knows we have it. So he was driving with a friend of ours recently, and they were asking him, "Is Dad home?" And he was like, "No, Daddy's away at work. He's acting like a doctor." And he said, "Oh," and he's like, "Yeah," and he's one of the best people that acts like a doctor. He said, and he has a golden world.
A golden world, yes. And you live in a golden world, don't you?
I love it.
Wow. It's interesting. This is when, what do we have a clip from? This is, from, I guess, your Golden World. This is something Disney has sent over to us,
Oh,
right?
wow.
You want to roll it? And this is,
we'll roll
You're,
it first.
you're playing Scampy.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute! I hate bats.
Just the same, Scamp. When you live in a house, you need to be clean.
Well, then I'm glad I'm a wild dog.
So they,
That's awesome.
do they recognize?
Yeah, have you-
that
So
they
we
see-
haven't. So it's funny. I don't know why. I mean, we've got our hands full with all 3 of them, but I haven't showed my son Jackson that movie yet. I'm literally going to go home and show it to him tonight. I don't know.
And
if
not
he-
say anything to him?
Not say a
See
word.
if he'll recognize
Just see
the
if he
voice?
picks up on my voice.
That's cool.
I was in an animated little cartoon, and they didn't pick up on
They
it.
didn't.
No. Nope, not at all.
But you were affecting
good.
your voice in the thing.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I was myself, actually.
You were?
Yeah, I'll show you the clip. It was funny.
Well, I recognized him from when he was doing the Hallmark, where you're the announcer now for Hallmark.
I have
I'm
no
sitting
idea
at
what
home.
you're talking
I'm watching TV,
Hey!
and I'm going, oh my gosh, that's Mark's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
went-
recognize
But
you.
I did Higglytown Heroes. so
I see. Okay.
Maybe as the movie's showing, I'll just be like,
Yeah.
"Are you liking the movie?" I'll talk like Scamp a little bit.
All
Drive
right,
it
you
home.
can see Scott,
Make
see how
him
his
go,
character
"What?"
survives in the upcoming tragedy
funny.
that we talked about. The night shift is Monday nights on NBC. It's always a pleasure to have you
Yeah.
here.
Thank you
so
Don't